Hey guys, it is Sarah. It has been a little while since I have had y'all join me in my kitchen, but I am getting ready to fix my favorite tailgating dip to take to Auburn tomorrow. So I thought I would let you guys join in and see how easy it is to make this dip. The name of it is garbage dip, so I know that doesn't sound very appetizing, but I promise it's really, really good. So we're going to make this real quick. Let me adjust my camera because I'm in a different part of my refrigerator, my kitchen. So I want to make sure y'all can see me. Hey, Vicki. Hey, Stacy. Nicole. Hey, Mindy. Tisha. How are y'all doing? Okay, that just cut my head off. Hold on. All right, maybe we can get this adjusted. I don't know. It'll be okay. Hopefully y'all can see. All right, so the reason I'm by my sink is because I need to drain quite a few things, so I wanted to make it where I could easily drain it without having to leave. We're going to start with some onion, and just a little tip on onion. If you're not going to use your entire onion, cut from the opposite side of the end that has kind of the root on it. You would cut on the other side. I'm using this whole onion, so it doesn't matter, but if you leave that intact, then the rest of the onion will stay okay. For longer, when you're just putting it in a Ziploc bag or in a glass container or something, we're going to use the entire onion. So I'm just going to peel the whole thing. Whenever I peel an onion, I like to cut off the ends and then I do take off kind of the first layer of the onion, just because then it's easier to get the skin off. And I am going to say this is a really big onion, so I don't need all of it for this dip that we're making. And I'm going to make some guacamole as well for tomorrow. So I'm going to save a little bit of the onion for my guacamole. But the rest of this we're going to use for the garbage dip. And I'm going to cut it into just big chunks. A lot of times I like using my manual food processor, but when I make this particular dip, I love using the food chopper because I've got to chop up, quite a few things that I have to drain. So we are going to use the famous food chopper today. If you're not familiar with this, you can chop directly in the base or right on a cutting board. I'm going to chop on the cutting board. Hey Vicki, I just see that you said hello. But to clean it, let me show you that first. You take it all the way apart, then open up the top so you get anything that would be up in here, put it in your dishwasher all the way opened. It fits together kind of like a puzzle. So you got two prongs and one prong. Fit it like a puzzle. Screw on your clear collar. If you're going to chop in the base, have that handy. We're not going to chop in the base today. Little piece of info. You can replace the clear collar, the base, and this blade cover. All of those are replacement items that can be ordered. So if you have the main part of your chopper and any of those pieces are messed up, you can replace them. I've just got one of our flexible cutting mats here on the counter, and I just want to show you how quick and easy I can chop all this onion. And it'll be a little bit loud, so I'm not going to try talking during it, but you're just going to get it going. I need my onion somewhat fine. Let me tell you in between onions, I'm actually doubling the recipe just because we are going to graze all day tomorrow for the Auburn game. So I'm doubling it. So if you wanted to make this for a smaller group, everything I'm doing just cut in half. What'd you say, Lisa? Love your food chopper, but don't try to dry it out. Yeah, don't try drying it with a dish towel. All right, so we're going to continue chopping more onion. Now you might wonder why I'm not using the base. I'm not using the base because if you can watch what I'm doing, I'm just picking up the chopper and moving it around to chop until I'm all done. Great stress reliever. If you've had a rough day, get your food chopper out, chop away. You can imagine this is whose ever head you want it to be. All right, we're almost done with our onion. Whew. around, get any last little. All right, so there's all of our onion. And I'm using the flexible cutting mat, so I can just scoop it up, dump into my bowl. So all that onion is going down in there. And I'm making this in our largest stainless steel bowl. Love these because they've got a silicone rim on the bottom so it doesn't slide around all over the place. Let me wipe up some of this onion juice. Okay, so that's our onion. I actually need to get the rest of this out of here, just because we don't want to waste any of the onion. Our other ingredients for this garbage dip, and I know that that may sound like a gross recipe, but it's not. We're going to do a jar of mild banana peppers. We're actually going to do 2 because, again, I am doubling this recipe. I'm going to just put them into one of our mesh colanders. And the reason I'm using this, I could use our can strainer, that would work the same. But I've got to drain some tomatoes in a minute. So rather than dirty multiple things, we're just going to put them in the sink, in the mesh colander. This is the middle size colander of the 3. But look, then it just drains. And it's actually raised up on the bottom so liquid can still get out from under it even when it's sitting in the bottom of the sink. All right, so we got to chop these up as well. Now for this, I will use the base because then I can just transfer it to the bowl real easy. Put those in there. I could put these in the food processor again, and I would actually be able to put more in the processor at one time. But I'm just, you know, creature of habit. I always use the food chopper making this dip. And I'm chopping them somewhat fine, but I mean, they're not puree. They're still just chopped into little bite-sized pieces. What are y'all saying? Hey, Connie Davis, how are you? Let me see, Lori. Hello, Lori. Artavino. Oh, cancel. Maybe I should. What is that, Vicki? Sticker on it with their face on top. Yes. If you're wanting to take out frustration, yes. Draw a face, put their picture, print it out, tape it on there. Anyone that you're, you know, having a tough time with. At my parties on my survey form, it always has a party type that's called Just Stressed. And when anyone ever asks me what that means, I always tell them that is a party that involves using the manual processor or the food chopper because you can take out all your aggression on the product. So, all right, we just have a little bit more of our banana peppers and then we're done with that. And then we're going to move on to our tomatoes. All right, so that's all of our banana peppers. The other day, I was using the can opener, and we already have kind of discussed how great our smooth edge can opener is. I use this on regular cans or pop top cans just for sanitary and safety reasons. This recipe calls for 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I usually pick one that is with roasted garlic and onions. The other one is plain. Remember, I'm doubling this recipe, so we need to do 4 cans of tomatoes. And they are already diced, but I'm actually going to use the food chopper and dice them a little bit more just because I want them to be a little more bite-sized. And you want to be sure to drain your tomatoes. You don't have to get every little last bit of juice out, but you want to get a good bit of the juice out for this recipe because when it sits, you want to chill it. That's why I'm making it tonight instead of in the morning. You want to chill it, and there will be a little bit more juice that comes out of the tomatoes on their own, so you definitely want to drain them. Okay, so I'm just opening up all 4 of my cans. And again, I'm going to put these in, oh, just dropped that on the floor. We're going to put these in the mesh colander as well. I'll probably do just 2 cans at a time. Maybe not. Nah, we'll do all 4. Okay, this next part, you might not be able to see how I'm going to chop them. All right, so all 4 of my cans are down in my mesh colander. Kind of shake it around. I don't need to rinse them because I don't need that much juice out and I don't want to rinse any of the flavor, but you do want to shake it around a little, get all the juice that you can out. If you're a tomato juice fan, you could have caught some of that juice, I guess, and used it for something. I'm not. All right, typically I'd leave this in the sink and then chop it with a food chopper a little. I'll go ahead and make a mess on my counter for y'all's sake and show you how I chop them. So I just take the chopper just like this and kind of move it around the mesh colander. And then shake it around a little. Yeah, I'm getting tons of tomato juice on my counter right now on my flexible cutting mat. And the blade's not going through, it's not going to go through my colander because I'm not pushing hard enough. But then I've just kind of made these a little bit more bite-sized. So we're going to dump that into our bowl. Let me rinse my sink a little. And then we've got to add some black olives. And I did cheat, and I always buy just the already chopped black olives. You can use the chopped or you can chop them yourself, but I just buy the already chopped up black olives. This has a pop top, but we are going to use the can opener because today is not a day that I want to end up with more stitches. Again, doubling, so the regular recipe for this would be just one of these. How many ounces is this? 4.25 ounces of olives. So typically you'd only do 1 can, we're doing 2. The other reason you want to use the can opener is these olives are a little bit packed in there. Kind of looks like caviar or whatever. So I can use my scraper to get them out without messing up my scraper. So we're going to dump the olives in there. Dump my second can of olives. We are going to press a garlic clove. If I hadn't have bought the tomatoes that had a little bit of garlic in it, I would do more than 1 clove of garlic. But in this case, I already have some garlic in there from the tomatoes. So this is just 1 clove of garlic with our garlic press. And it was a pretty big clove, I might add. Off there. All right, so there's our garlic. And then we need 2 blocks of medium cheddar cheese. I'm actually going to do 4 blocks of cheddar cheese since it's doubled. I'm only going to do 1 while I'm still recording just because y'all will not want to watch me grate up 4 blocks of cheese. But I will do 1 for you to see how quick and easy. If someone wants to time me shredding the cheese, you can even time how quick it is to shred your own cheese. We talked about it when I did the fettuccine alfredo with the Parmesan, and I think a couple other times when I've done cheese. It's much healthier to buy your own cheese and shred it yourself than it is to buy the pre-shredded. So you want to always make sure and buy fresh cheese. This is our microplane coarse grater. There's also a fine version that you'd use for your harder cheeses like Parmesan. But, oh, I forgot to turn off my messages like I said I would do the last time. All right, so it doesn't take long to shred. I like to just stand it up on a cutting board. And we're just going to shred away. I'm not going to have any cellulose in this garbage dip since I am shredding my own cheese instead of using pre-shredded. The cheese is going to have a lot more flavor in this dip because it's fresh. All right, I don't know if y'all are timing. I'm almost done. Got about 1/4 of the block left. Now granted, I've got 3 more blocks that I'm going to have to do, but again, that's not going to take me very long to shred those as well. When you get down to the end, be careful with the last little bit that you're shredding because you don't want to shred your fingers. You could even eat the last little bit. I keep getting text. Y'all need to remind me to turn off my text. Okay, so now let's dump that in there. I'm still going to do the other 3 blocks, but I'm going to show you why it's called garbage dip, because you'll get the idea right now. So I'm just mixing it all up with a scraper. If y'all don't use the small mixing scraper, it is the bomb, and everybody needs to be using those. Absolutely, absolutely love the small mixing scraper. Actually, I think I'm only going to do 2 blocks of cheese because they're 8-ounce blocks, so I think I only need 1 more block in here. All right, but you'll get the idea. All right, so here's why it's called garbage dip. Doesn't it kind of look like garbage? But I can promise you it doesn't taste like garbage. Hold on, I'll taste it for you. You just get some tortilla chips. And it's even better once it's had a chance to chill. Oh, I'm breaking my chip. All right, so you just scoop some tortilla or some garbage dip on your tortilla. The problem is, once you take 1 bite, you're not going to be able to stop eating it. So, I'm going to have to hurry up, cover this up, put it in the refrigerator. I really need to hide it because if any of my family sees it, they're going to eat it. Bill, Christina, Rebecca, Jamie, Dennis and Lee, Lindsay, Barry, whoever else is coming to tailgate with us, this is what I'm bringing for my appetizer for our grazing day in Auburn. So anyway, again, this is garbage dip. Very easy to make. It's onions, diced tomato, banana pepper, olives, cheddar cheese. I use medium cheddar. Mix it all up, chill it, serve it with tortilla chips. So, hope you guys have enjoyed today's little tailgate dip recipe. If you have questions, just let me know. And if there are any products I use that you like, go visit my website and place your order. Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.